Hey everybody, welcome back to Is It Worth It? The series where we take a look at all of those free games on Steam and determine if they're worth not the financial risk that you would have with buying a game, but the time you would put into the game and whether or not they're enjoyable. This episode's game is a game titled Fateful Destiny, developed and published by Zoras Games, and released on Steam on December 11th, 2024. As noted in the intro, Fateful Destiny was developed by Zoras Games, and they utilized the Unreal 4 engine. Stylistically speaking, this is a very interesting game. It is from a first-person perspective, as are many of the games that we've played for this series. There is a mystery investigation type of feeling to the game. Figuring out clues is a very heavy emphasis within the game itself. From a design standpoint, it's got a blocky, unique style that is very unique to itself, but it does feel a mix between Roblox and Minecraft when you initially dive in. It's very sandboxed when it comes to the map. There's a very small and finite area that you can interact with. This works really well as far as keeping the game and the story on rails, but it also feels like there could be more or additional content to the game, just looking at some of the things they've included outside the bounds of the game. The characters have their own unique design, and their interactions are all unique to the character itself. There are repeated interactions with the character, so they're going to say the same thing no matter how many times you interact with them, but none of the interactions are repeated lines from other characters or NPCs within the game. And each interaction is on rails, but they're inherently different than your interactions with the other characters. They're going to be on their own rails, but they're not going to be taken from or copied in code from other characters, which is unique within itself for a small game such as this. Alright, let's talk about the story and gameplay of Fateful Destiny. In its bare bones, the story itself is a mystery short story. A woman goes missing, and it's up to the player character to find her. That's the bare bones of the game. Play as the farmer, wake up one day and is told about the disappearance of a local woman. Your wife tells you to speak to the neighbor who's standing outside, who tells you to go speak to the pastor across the church. The pastor tells you to speak to another neighbor after attempting to rally the town to search and find the missing woman. And that second neighbor tells the player of the interaction where they ran into the missing woman the day before at the local store, and urges you to investigate the missing woman's house. At the Mrs. Woman's house, there is a police presence, and they will not let you in. Or you have to sneak around, and if you get caught by the detective, you get boosted out. But while you're in the house, you do have the opportunity to find information about both the missing woman and her family, and you make the decision to head to the mines. With the help of the torch and later a cleaver/knife for protection, you explore the mines, finding a logbook of previous players for the game, a skeleton presumably the missing woman's husband, and a red diamond that was talked about throughout the game. You meet a farmer coming back from a mine shaft and covered in blood, and you're prompted to ask questions, which are all answered. Then you're given the decision on whether to let him go or to kill him where he stands. Deeper in the mine shaft, you find a woman laying in her own blood, crying. Begs you to end her life. You're given the choice to either assist her or not. Then you're going to go get help. As you leave the mine shaft, you meet another farmer who asks you the very same 3 questions you asked the farmer previously. It's your turn. And then the game's over. Pretty basic, right? The game then asks for your email address and tells you it'll deliver you your fate once another player determines it, and it'll take you back to the start menu. A really interesting concept as far as a way to tell the story. There are a lot of MacGuffins in this game, though, and a lot of things that don't necessarily have any importance, but are made to feel like they do. Overall, as you're playing the game, if you want to play the game, you're going to be able to play it either on controller or mouse and keyboard. It is a PC game, so it is only available through Steam. Those are typical for a lot of the games. Alright, so what are my overall thoughts on the game? Well, mechanically speaking, it runs very smoothly. It has very little hiccups. Your mileage may vary depending on what you're running for both GPU and CPU, but I personally had no problems running it with what I have in mind. From a story perspective, I found the story to be very engaging regarding the mystery. It doesn't make things too obvious to put pieces together if you're pattern recognition. I did find it weird that the farmer is the one that is asked to solve the mystery instead of the police. This either leads me to think that the townsfolk think the police are incompetent or corrupt or both. And that the farmer is the smartest person in town. I don't know. I don't know where they're coming from with this, but it doesn't matter. What I really did enjoy, though, is that there is so many MacGuffins or red herrings within this game that when you first play through it, it feels like they're important, then you realize they're not. There are elements like there's a briefcase full of money, a strange camcorder in the basement of one of the houses, the relationship between one of the guys within the community and the woman who has gone missing, and a book found at the woman's house with a story of beings calling from various radios to report. These MacGuffins, or at least that I found, had no real impact on the way the story played out, but they were intriguing enough to act as hooks to get you to keep looking. Overall, there are some holes in the story, especially for a short game like this, a game that's going to take you, once you know the system, between 15 and 20 minutes to play through. The holes are going to be expected. There's a lot more that could be added to the story that would help the game retain replayability, but the developer has stated that the goal of the game is to be played once and only once. There's no reason to replay it because it's consistent. The game itself is not as straightforward as one would assume diving into a game that is kind of a murder mystery-esque story. There are so many MacGuffins and so many distractions that can pull you away, as well as the PC interactions. I found myself the first time taking about 42 minutes to play the game, and that was because I thought I had missed something, And then I didn't realize I could get the cleaver from inside the maze, so I had to run around town trying to find it. And then I realized it was in the mines. Graphically, the game has a very unique style that is its own, but it's boxy and charming at the same time. As I said, the game is designed to take 15 to 20 minutes. The game is logged in the initial playthrough through the journal in the mine, so your times are posted. It's kind of like a leaderboard. Decisions are set from the first playthrough and can't be changed no matter how many times you play again, no matter how many times you answer questions differently or decide to assist or hurt someone. It doesn't change the outcome of the first time you play. So is it worth it? Yeah, it's a short game, it's fun, it's intriguing, and it's a nice little time waster if you have 15 to 20 minutes, or in my case, 40 minutes to play something that you might not have played before. It's a really fun little indie game that gives you something to do and doesn't take long to complete the objective. The story can be engaging, but could also use some more flavor, could also do with some expanding, or even if there's going to be further building within this world that there has created around it. Does a really great job post-game with showing the morality of choices in regards to the endgame with a directly loaded webpage once you finish the game, which I thought was really cool. It showed the number of times someone saved the missing woman and the number of times someone assisted. If you're interested in the game, go ahead and check out the links in the About section of the video. It'll take you directly to the Steam link for it. The game is only available on Steam, as I've said before, just like most, if not all of the games in this series. As far as compatibility with things like Steam Deck, it is still unknown, and that's listed within this page. If you do try it on the Steam Deck, please let me know in the comments. I would love to know if it is compatible. So that's it, everybody. That's Fateful Destiny. Thank you so much for watching the video. Make sure to check out some of the other videos in the series and hit that subscribe button and maybe turn on your notifications. You might find something you enjoy in the future.
Hey everybody, ToddFather6 here signing off. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you want to see more, click the videos that are listed or hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications in order to be notified when I've got more posted. Until then, as always, be good, be kind, be safe. See you next time.